Welcome to one of the most remarkable true stories of survival, family and territorial warfare ever documented in the wild. This is the story of wolves returning to a land they hadn't walked for nearly a century. What you're about to witness happened in Yellowstone National Park between 2005 and 2006. Every detail is real. Every wolf had a name. Every moment was observed by wildlife biologists who watched this drama unfold in one of America's most brutal wildernesses. This is the story of a white wolf and her gray mate who dared to claim a valley no wolf had lived in for over 80 years. It's a story of hope, devotion, and the harsh laws of nature that govern life and death in the wild. This is the true story of the Hayden Valley Pack. Deep in the heart of Yellowstone National Park lies Hayden Valley, covered in deep snow. Winter temperatures plunge to 40 below zero. Snow drifts pile 20 feet high, creating an Arctic wilderness. Bison struggle through the deep snow, losing precious energy with every step. Red foxes hunt for mice beneath the ice crust. This valley sits atop an ancient supervolcano with steam rising from hot springs and geysers erupting through the frozen landscape. For over 80 years, no wolves lived in this valley. But that changed when two wolves arrived. One was a gray wolf. The other was an almost white wolf walking through the snow together. They were a wolf-breeding pair in their prime. The question was, could they survive the brutal winter and hunt enough food? And could they defend themselves against a much larger rival wolf pack expanding into their territory? This is their story. By the early 1900s, humans had killed almost all wolves across America. Park rangers shot the last wolf in Yellowstone in 1926. A historical black and white photo shows the grim reality. But in 1995, everything changed. The United States Congress voted to bring wolves back. 41 gray wolves were captured in Canada and transported to Yellowstone in metal crates. 6 weeks later, wildlife biologists opened the pen doors. One by one, each wolf ran out into freedom, leaping through the snow into the wilderness. Within 10 years, wolves had spread across Yellowstone's northern range, one of the largest elk herds on Earth. Wolf packs howling together grew large and powerful. The Swan Lake Wolf Pack grew to 24 wolves. The famous Druid Peak Pack reached 37 wolves, becoming legendary hunters and creating new wolf packs across the region. Scientists worried that wolves might overpopulate Yellowstone, but nature had a plan. When wolf populations grew too large, different wolf packs fought brutal territorial wars that kept their numbers balanced. The Druid Pack, Slough Creek Pack, and Agate Creek Pack once controlled the entire northern range, with wolves howling at night. But for 10 years, no pack had moved south into Hayden Valley permanently. Not until the white wolf and her gray mate arrived in the valley. Scientists later discovered through DNA testing that these two wolves had traveled from different packs to find each other. The two wolves stood on a hillside howling into the valley, listening for rival wolves who might already live here. Only silence and wind answered them back. Satisfied, the white wolf began exploring her new territory. But coyotes already lived in Hayden Valley. A coyote mother and father stood guard at their den with young pups. Coyotes had become the top predators after wolves disappeared from the park. One spring day, the white wolf discovered the coyote den while hunting. Wolves often kill coyote pups, seeing them as competition. She approached the den entrance considering digging it up, but the coyote parents suddenly attacked, snarling and snapping at the wolf to protect their babies. The white wolf was bigger and more powerful, but the two coyotes fought together ferociously. The wolf was outnumbered and the coyotes had more to lose. The white wolf retreated and ran away. She had her own wolf pups to protect back at her den. Back at the wolf den, her yearling daughter was babysitting two small wolf pups playing in the grass. The young wolf sometimes seemed overwhelmed by the energetic youngsters tumbling over each other. The wolf pups explored everything with curiosity. They pushed pebbles down slopes and watched them roll. Summer rain fell on the pups, but they didn't mind getting wet anymore. The white wolf mother just wanted to rest and sleep. The pups no longer needed the den for warmth, but the dark hole still protected them from grizzly bears and rival wolves. Summer thunderstorms rolled through the mountain valleys with dark clouds and lightning. Heavy rain poured down, but the storms passed quickly, leaving blue skies. The yearling wolf tried hunting alone by a river. Too small to kill an elk, she spotted a large beaver swimming in the water. She chased the beaver, but the experienced animal slapped her with his flat tail and escaped. Large bison herds gathered in the grasslands before their late summer mating season. Bison calves stayed close to their mothers for protection and milk. Bull elk also began their rut, bugling loud calls across the valley to challenge other males. Two bull elk with large antlers faced each other and fought by crashing their antlers together. Not far south in Pelican Valley lived the Molly's Wolf Pack. These were large wolves with many pack members running together through the forest. During summer, huge grizzly bears followed wolf packs hoping to steal their kills. When the Molly's wolves killed an elk, a massive grizzly bear walked up and took over the carcass. Even 14 wolves together couldn't fight off one large adult grizzly bear. The wolves had to wait and watch the bear eat their food. Winter was the only season when wolves got relief from bears. It was also when Yellowstone Wolf Project scientists darted and collared wolves for research. A biologist held the sedated white wolf and put a radio collar around her neck. She became wolf number 540. By January, deep snow covered everything. The Hayden pack now consisted of 5 wolves: the white wolf, gray male, 1 yearling, and 2 young female pups walking in a line through the snow. Hayden Valley's high elevation brought massive snowfall that forced most elk to leave for easier areas, leaving behind only huge bison as prey. A bison weighing up to 2,000 pounds struggled through deep snow drifts. When snow got very deep, bison became stuck, giving wolves their only advantage in the hunt. When adult wolves killed prey, the entire pack ate together at the carcass with no fighting. But this valley had unexpected warm refuges. The Yellowstone River stayed ice-free all winter, heated by underwater hot springs with steam rising. A beautiful white trumpeter swan floated on the open water. By April, spring arrived and elk began migrating back into Hayden Valley from lower elevations. Herds of elk walked through melting snow and green grass. The gray male wolf went hunting and spotted an elk. He ran fast, positioning himself to attack the elk's throat, a typical hunting move for a large male wolf. His 2-year-old daughter joined the chase, running behind the elk. She was smaller and lacked the jaw strength to crush a windpipe like larger wolves. Unlike mountain lions, wolves can't kill with one bite. Instead, they bite repeatedly, wearing down their prey. The elk cow began to slow down and stumble. The gray male wolf caught up and brought her down, but he was so exhausted from the chase he had to rest before eating. The 2 wolves later returned to feed on the dead elk. The wolves had to swim across the wide Yellowstone River to reach their kill. The river cut their territory in half, so these wolves swam frequently. The white wolf lifted her leg and urinated on a tree trunk, then scratched the ground with her back paws. Only alpha wolves leave these territorial scent markers. She was a mother again, nursing new tiny pups at the den. She would regurgitate partially digested meat as soft food for the babies. The 2-year-old female wolf had become one of the pack's best hunters. By age 2, female wolves are skilled at hunting and ready to have their own puppies. While waiting for adults to return, wolf pups played constantly. They sniffed everything, rolled in the grass, and chased each other in endless games. One black wolf pup stood out from the others with his dark coat. He couldn't have been born to the white alpha female, because black fur is a dominant gene requiring at least one black parent. The 2-year-old female wolf ran back to the pups. They licked her mouth eagerly, and she regurgitated food for them. Her black pup, though last in line, got his share of the meal. The black pup's glossy dark coat came from his missing father. When food is scarce, alpha wolves only allow their own puppies, but with plenty of elk available, they let the subordinate female raise her black pup alongside theirs, though the alpha male would never accept her black mate into the pack. The gray male wolf brought the pups a deer skull with antlers still attached, a perfect toy and snack. The little black pup wagged his tail excitedly, alternating between chewing the antlers and licking his grandfather's face in thanks. By summer, the pups were full of curiosity about everything. The yearling wolf and 2-year-old female competed to spend time playing with the youngsters. The gray male wolf relaxed while his daughter gently groomed his fur submissively. He was very affectionate with her and licked her face in return. Wolf pups playing together sometimes got too rough, tumbling and wrestling, but the sight of an adult wolf always made the pups run over excitedly. The gray male went hunting and surprised a female elk with her newborn calf hidden in tall grass. The cow elk suddenly charged at the wolf to protect her baby. Elk calves are born with almost no scent, making them hard to find. They're especially vulnerable in their first week of life before they can run fast. Mother elk leave calves hidden in grass while they browse, then return to nurse. This mother elk didn't want a hungry wolf with puppies anywhere near her baby. She chased the wolf away with her sharp hooves. By late summer, the wolf pack killed a small elk calf. The white wolf snapped and snarled at the dark yearling, perhaps wanting to save all the meat for the hungry pups. The gray male wolf was lean and skinny from giving away most of his food. His fur was patchy from shedding. But the wolf pups were fat and sleek from all the care they received. Even a tired mother wolf couldn't resist puppy charms. The gray male cooled himself by drinking from the cold river. The black pup thought he was invited to join, but the adult wolf showed his teeth, saying no. The beta 2-year-old female came in to share her food with the pups. With 2 mothers, the gray male and a big sister feeding them, these pups were very well cared for. Autumn mornings echoed with the loud bugles of bull elk challenging each other. During the rut, normally peaceful bulls flooded with hormones fought violently. 2 bull elk crashed their antlers together, battling for dominance. The black pup and his cousins reached 5 months old, now big enough to travel with the adult wolves. The pack walked to the river and swam across together. The breeding pair of wolves looked healthier now. They'd successfully brought their pack through the toughest months of raising young pups. In October, the wolves discovered a dead bison carcass in the snow. But grizzly bears also smelled the meat and arrived. Bears were frantically eating before their winter hibernation. Only the largest grizzly bear could flip over a 2,000-pound bison carcass, 3 times his own weight. A mother grizzly with 3 cubs approached cautiously, sniffing the air. Male grizzly bears often kill cubs, but the smell of meat was too tempting. The mother bear edged closer to the carcass, while her cubs waited nervously. The dark Hayden yearling wolf had been waiting for the bears to leave. But when the mother bear turned toward her, the young wolf quickly retreated. Fighting a mother grizzly, protecting cubs, meant certain death. Late in the day, the gray male wolf approached the carcass, but the huge possessive bear charged and drove him away. Still, the male wolf wouldn't leave without lifting his leg and urinating nearby. "This is our carcass," the scent said. The white wolf detected the mother bear and cubs in the distance. It was risky, but wolves sometimes kill bear cubs when a mother has too many to defend at once. Meanwhile, a coyote approached the bison carcass and started eating, then called its mate to share the feast. That was a mistake. A young Hayden wolf ran at the coyote to chase away this competitor, but the coyote made sharper turns and ran faster. The second coyote arrived and both attacked the young wolf together with no mercy. Something disturbed the white wolf resting in the grass. She stood up alert with her ears forward. Bad news was approaching the territory. The Molly's wolf pack had arrived in Hayden Valley. The large wolves walked with their tails held high, sniffing the scent marks the Hayden pair had left on trees and rocks. The pack looked ready for aggression, even though they were trespassing on another pack's land. They sniffed carefully to learn who and how many Hayden wolves lived here. Their alpha male was a huge black wolf who had led them through many violent fights. Wolf packs with more adults and more males usually win these brutal, sometimes deadly territorial battles. With 14 wolves and many males, the Mollies could easily destroy the smaller Hayden pack of only 5 wolves. Late autumn snow fell on Hayden Valley as the Mollies returned. The rival wolves lifted their heads and howled, announcing their presence in the valley. The Hayden wolves heard them and howled back in response. The gray male wolf made rapid barking howls, an alarm call signaling danger and distress to his pack. The Mollies howled even louder. There were more of them, and their voices seemed to say they knew it. The Hayden yearling raised her voice, joining her pack's howls. The rival pack's howls went back and forth across the valley as they assessed each other's strength. Suddenly the gray male wolf turned and retreated. His pack members followed him, running through the snow. The white wolf stopped and listened with her ears forward. Then the adult Molly wolves began traveling with tails raised high, moving directly toward where the Hayden wolves had been howling. The Molly's top female led the attack, running fast. Every part of her body showed aggression, her hackles raised and teeth bared. The Hayden pups had been hanging back, frightened by the aggressive howling. They ran searching desperately for their parents through the forest. The gray male wolf knew his pack was badly outnumbered. He ran for his life through the deep snow trying to escape. It was the last time he was seen alive. The white wolf was found broken and mortally injured lying in the snow. Her mate was dead. She did not survive the night and died from her wounds. A coyote carried away a wolf's leg bone in its mouth. It was all that remained of the gray male wolf. The Molly's pack gathered together and rallied, howling in triumph. They had gambled with their lives in the fight, and now they owned Hayden Valley. The surviving Hayden wolves found each other looking devastated. Their world had collapsed and their leaders were gone. 2 gray pups went missing and were never seen again. After a week of confusion, the yearling female led the remaining pups through the forest to join with a large gray male wolf she had met. They formed a new pack that eventually left Yellowstone's boundaries. But one pack member remained in the park. The 2-year-old mother of the black pup still traveled through Yellowstone alone, hoping to find even one wolf to join. Perhaps that black male wolf she had mated with last year. He might be her only hope and her chance to start again in Hayden Valley. The story of the Hayden Valley Pack shows the harsh reality of wolf life, territory, family, and survival in Yellowstone National Park.